This is Matt with LSAT Cracked. When you're trying to master the LSAT, the single most important section to improve on is logical reasoning. And the single most important skill to work on for your logical reasoning score is the ability to consistently identify whether or not the stimulus you are looking at contains an argument or a set of facts. So a simple example. If I tell you that across the street there is a blue house with 4 windows and a grassy front lawn, and I end the stimulus right there, that's a set of facts. If I were to add one additional statement and say, therefore, you should strongly consider purchasing that house, I've now converted that previous stimulus into an argument. So by definition, an argument, as opposed to a set of facts, is when there is a conclusion. And conversely, when there is a conclusion, you're looking at an argument, which of course raises the question, well, how do I recognize a conclusion? That's the key. That is the key skill. Knowing when there is a conclusion. The definition of a conclusion is something that is supported by one or more other statements. It is the very act of attempting to support the claim that turns that claim into a conclusion. So back to our example. Suppose I just told you a single sentence. You should strongly consider buying that house across the street. That's not an argument. That's just a claim, a completely unsubstantiated claim. But if I then say, this is because, or this can be seen from the fact that the house is blue, it has 4 windows, and it has a grassy lawn, I've now attempted to support my initial claim, telling you that you should consider buying this house. Now it's an argument. Now you know that first sentence is the conclusion. Now the good news is there's only one of 3 possible things you're going to have to do in order to find the conclusion. Option 1 is they literally give you a structural indicator, and there are a list of words that you can learn and memorize in the book that always reliably introduce a conclusion. Some easy, obvious ones are thus, therefore, hence, consequently, and so. Small word, so. So, all of them consistently and reliably introduce a conclusion. Option 2, they don't give you one of those conclusion indicator words, but instead they give you a structural indicator to let you know that one of the sentences in that argument is a premise, which you can then use to sort of reverse engineer and figure out which claim that premise was supporting, and that's going to be the conclusion. Some key premise indicators are since, because, this can be seen from the fact that, and a really important one, for, F-O-R, a short, often overlooked word that's basically sort of a fancy 18th century way of saying because. The third option, where they don't give you a conclusion indicator and they also don't give you a premise indicator, is the hardest category of all, and we'll be covering that in a future lesson.